Do you wonder why relationships suck? Do you wonder why relationships are just not working? Marriages, commitments, like the only thing that seems to work in this day and age is friends with benefits, situationships, flings, and vacay bae. If you are wondering why that side of relationships works much better than actual commitments and marriages, I have the perfect, and I mean the perfect example for you guys. Welcome to Terrible Advice, where we see how women sabotage other women. Now today I have a treat for you guys. Before we get into this, I want you guys to join the conversation. Make sure you leave a comment why you agree with this woman, or comment why you disagree with this woman, because I realize I'm a man and I've been married and divorced, so I realize that I've been in certain positions before and I have an idea of how things can work, but I also understand why things don't work. So let me go ahead and introduce myself and then let's get right into it. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So let's get into it. Here we go.
Ladies, do not ever, under any circumstances, ever, and I cannot stress this enough, clean up a man's place of living. Don't.
Oh my God, what a way to start this off. Don't clean up a man's place of living? Wow, we got to hear the rest of this.
Do it. Don't do it if he asks. Don't do it if you feel compelled to do so because you think you're being helpful, because you just think like, oh, this place is absolutely disgusting.
Wait a minute. She said don't do it even if he asks. Listen, let me tell you guys something, right? When it comes to women who don't clean, they usually have really questionable, let me not be so nice, they usually have horrible hygiene. So pay attention to a woman that doesn't clean, fellas.
Someone should clean it. Don't do it. Don't. Listen to me. Set out as you mean to go on. When you start doing these things, like cleaning, doing his laundry, making his lunches, taking on the labor for him, that's what becomes expected of you. And it makes it so much harder when you come to realize, wow, this is a lot that I'm holding by myself and doing because it's expected of me. And then you're like, hey, I would actually like to offload some of this back to you.
Enough. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I wanted to get all the way through the video, but it was annoying to listen to that, fellas. I want you guys to think about something, because when it comes to relationships and why they don't work, right, when you first meet a woman, right, especially if she's over the age of 30, what you're gonna find out is she's hitting the wall, right? Now, when I say hitting the wall, I'm not saying this as like a negative thing towards her. What I'm saying is now she's looking to get her priorities straight. Now she actually wants a relationship. She wants to do things right. But is it really a big deal for you to do the laundry and make him lunch? Like, that's a lot of labor that she wants to backload or offload to him. Listen, what is actually mental labor is you having to deal with her emotions every single month. And I'm talking about her being on her period.
To love me, done begging him to spend time with me.
Like, either I'm a fuck yes or I'm a fuck no. Like, if you're not sure about me, leave me alone.
Period. Again, as a man that has been married and divorced and in relationships afterwards, I can tell you, when a woman starts to go on her period, it may be cool for like the first couple times, right? But once you guys actually live together, oh my God, it is hell, right? And couple that with postpartum and you will be looking to pull your hair out. Now, here's another thing that you're going to have to deal with when it comes to a woman. And I want you to keep in mind, this woman is talking about simple things like cleaning, doing laundry, and making you lunch. Making you lunch shows that she actually cares that you ate something. And if she's a healthy person who wants you to live, then she would care that you're eating something healthy or just eating something at all. Now, when it comes to laundry, you mean to tell me that putting the clothes in the washing machine, putting some fabric softener, some soap, and pushing some buttons, that's a hard task to do? Or taking the clothes out after the machine has done all the work and then putting them in the dryer with one of those the little fabrics, not the fabric softeners, but I don't know, it's the little white piece of the little white thing that goes in there with the clothes, right? You mean to tell me that that's hard to do? Now, is she really talking about like sorting and folding or sorting the clothes and hanging them up? What I'm saying is you're going to deal with way more mental labor when it comes to this woman. Here's something that you're going to have to deal with if you're in a relationship with a woman every single day, and it is going to drive you crazy, and that is, what are we eating today? Because in your mind, you're going to think, oh, okay, you know what? We can get this or we can get that. She's going to shoot down all of those ideas. And this is going to be every single day. But guess what? She's going to always want you to keep throwing ideas at her just so she can shoot them down. And then maybe tell you what she wants to eat later on. Now, here's the funny thing. You may just take it upon yourself to start cooking something or to just go buy something and bring it back to the house. Guess what? If she don't want it, she is not going to eat it just to make a point that you needed to include her in your decision making when it came to food, not realizing that this was terrible. And look, this is something you're going to go through every single day. So a woman that doesn't want to clean, do laundry, and make sure you have lunch, I don't know, because this woman is also still talking about mental labor, right? She's going to want you to guess what she's thinking about. She's going to want you to be able to read her mind. And fellas, let me tell you, this is something that is impossible. You will not be able to do this because I don't even know if they are thinking about what they're thinking about, meaning their mind and their thoughts are constantly doing this. It's crisscrossing. It's going over here. It's going way over there. Whereas you have to be structured because you get all of the blame and very little credit, if you get any credit at all. Now, the reason I'm saying that this is terrible advice is because you can get a much more attractive woman who has this up ass personality, who has this terrible personality. And guess what? There are women who have chimed in and are basically saying they agree with this woman. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have never started because now I have to do it. Fellas, again, I caution you. If a woman does not clean, it shows you just how clean she actually is. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. The women that I've come across who have bad hygiene usually do not clean. Now, I'm only saying this because she emphasized if he asks you to do it. This woman is going to ask you to do a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to do, especially in your free time when you want to sit and chill and relax. That's when she's going to want you to take on some ridiculous task, like putting something together that is going to take hours for you to do. And if you don't do it, guess what? Hell is going to break loose, or you're going to get the silent treatment, or you're going to be called lazy after you've done all of this work, doing all of these different things. Fellas, this is terrible advice because women are actually following and listening to this. Listen, I love the internet and what it has done. It has presented men with the other side of the conversation so we can actually see what's going on, so we can actually see why relationships aren't working. And relationships aren't working because the woman doesn't want to do laundry and make you lunch. Come on, man. Listen, let me say this. I know some men are disgusting. I know some men lack morals. I know some men don't give a damn about where things go, how things smell, right? I understand that. But for her to tell all women to do this. Now, the reason I'm really making this video is because at the time of me responding to this video, it already has 1.4 million views. The reason why this is going viral or went viral is because this is something that a lot of women are thinking about. So fellas, again, I caution you, if a woman doesn't want to make sure that you've eaten, you got to question if that woman really cares about you. This is even before you start thinking, is she with me for the money or does she actually love me? Now, if you're broke and she's with you and she's doing these things, then she could possibly actually be there for you. But if she's not doing these things, she views you as a partner. She views you as an equal. And the way women treat equals is disgusting. Now, fellas, for you will have to build up your confidence, because that's the only way you're going to be able to see this, so that you don't accept this, because this is unacceptable, especially for the long term. I want you guys to start thinking like this, right? If you were on your last leg, would this conversation make any sense? Because if she was on her last leg, you would probably do what you had to do to continuously help her out. Now, again, when she's talking about offloading some of the labor and all of this stuff, and it's like, well, I mean, golly, like how hard really? Like how hard is it really? Fellas, if your hygiene sucks, if you're dirty or disgusting, go ahead and clean that up, man. It really doesn't take that much effort. Now, I'm saying this because as a single father, like if you just kind of put things away as they get dirty or as they become dirty, then it's a lot less of a hassle to do. And I'm saying this because if this is what this woman brings to the table, I mean, come on, fellas. I'm going to just tell you, you can do better. And when the relationship ends, you're going to be mad because you're going to look at her and know that you could have done better. The reason why friends with benefits, situationships, vacay based, the reason why those relationships work a lot better than actual relationships is because of what she just said. She basically is just saying that she's tired of this guy, right? Like that's basically what she's saying. Or we could say she's bitter and hurt. When I say that you're going to have to pay for a woman's past, this is what I'm talking about. This is not King's treatment. If a woman likes you, she is not going to make these excuses up. Women are sexually liberated and they are utilizing this liberation. When I say using it, they are out here having a ball. I mean, they are having a ball. They are being shared. So I have a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video, join the conversation, and after you do that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.